App also conducts events that are divided into forms of curricular, co-curricular, and social outlet. As a part to understand the basics of GST, second activity is summit, where the union budget is the topic of discussion, and we allow along with the group discussion and MUN. Third is IUN and MUN, where the current news is the topic of discussion, how the coronavirus in the corporate sector, and most important of all is Mantra, where we invite speakers to talk about the expertise. BAP has a tie-up with IIT Mumbai and MHRD, where we provide fund accounting course and various other courses with the help of several institutes. We welcome our freshers by throwing up an enormous acts, literary arts, and a whole other fun activities. Next is FIFO. It is a roller coaster of emotions where we bid goodbye to our seniors. Not only we organize these curricular events, but also participate and win various inter and intra-college festivals. Got the opportunity to help Western Railway and their initiative of Swachhata by promoting Swachh Mahua app and Arogya Setu app. Now, next is I would like to introduce to our theme, which is investment avenues and financial services. Desire to attain skyrocket return as quick as possible with minimum risk of losing money. And invest or must understand that investment is not a casino where you will hit the jackpot overnight. Different avenues and alternatives include share market, debentures or bonds, money markets, instrument, mutual funds, and life insurance, real estates, and so on. Investment is made with objective of wealth creation, and investor must be keen enough to understand everything and invest. Now I would like to talk about our guest Mr. Rachit Shah. He has completed his bachelor's in accounting and finance from Thakur College of Science and Commerce. Rachit sir has experience in banking and financial service industry. He has come from PGDM Finance Chetna's Institute. He has won many awards in Tata Capital Financial Services. He has been recently awarded with Customer Centric Award in 2021. He won two contests, namely I Am Active and under RM category Vijeta contest. He has gained a lot of skills like client service, relationship building, interpersonal skills, analytical and problem solving. He is currently wealth manager in Tata Capital Financial Service. If I'll start briefly explaining about his quality. So now I would like to hand over the mic to Rachit sir to enlighten us with his words. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning to one and all, and I hope all are doing well. Everybody is safe and sound at your home. Even your parents are doing well, your brothers, sisters, friends are doing absolutely fine. And I hope you guys are really enjoying your 3 years of your college because I know from now everybody will be busy in their own careers or their master's degrees, or some of you will get. I would ensure everybody to enjoy 3 years of your college before you move out so that you can have some beautiful memories that you can take along with you. So before I would start off this session, I'm not going to bore you anybody here, with the kind of presentations or something like that. We'll keep this session more interactive so that, everybody can participate. Even I can know your views, what is there, what is not there on the topic that we are going to discuss today. Okay, so we can have an interactive session so that everybody can gain knowledge from each other because knowledge comes by sharing. So we have a chat window open here. So whatever I ask, everybody can please post their answer. I would expect maximum participation here. So my first question, since the topic today for discussion is avenues in financial markets. So before I get into avenues, everybody, if I don't, everybody heard Meg already spoke about what are different avenues today available in the financial market. I'll do take them in brief in short of what does it work. But before that, I would ask, everyone, what do you mean by the term financial market? So you can type in the chat window and then we can see. Please ensure maximum participation so that even I come to know that you guys are not sleepy and super active right now in this session. So what do you mean by financial market? Not specifically stock market. Yeah, even stock market you can consider, Aman. So what do you mean by the term financial market? Okay, Jainul said related to money and stock. Shubham says place where we invest for return. Okay. Rushit says shares, bond, investment, lending, borrowing. Okay. Karan, the market which deals with financial transactions. Very good. Absolutely correct. Trading and securities. Vibhuri. Correct answer. Place where buying and selling of securities, financial market take place. Absolutely correct. So financial market is nothing but where we place a financial transaction. We trade in financial instruments. Okay. This is a simple meaning of a financial market. So now we'll come across what are the different financial market for us to make money. Okay, so my first question, my first question is before we get into the avenues. My first question is why do we invest? So why do we invest is what I want to ask everybody. Why do we invest? To grow money, okay. To increase money invested, okay. To get returns, okay. In long term, okay. Said okay, absolutely. Yes, I see only 4-5 people are participating. What about others? I think there are overall 81 participants in the group for future use. Shruti says okay. To be financially independent, Roshni says absolutely correct. To understand about everything. Okay. Okay. So basically, why we invest? We invest for there are multiple reasons why we invest. One, we invest for uncertainties in life. That's why the insurance piece comes into the picture. Then we invest to create a goal plan. We have a goal, so we can invest to achieve that goals in life to create wealth. And there are multiple reasons. So I've highlighted 2, 3 reasons why do we invest. To create wealth, to retire, for uncertainty. So these are primarily some of the reasons why do we invest in the financial market. Now, what are the different avenues that are available, you know, to invest in the market? So if I can get some answers from different people this time. Okay, Ruchi ma'am, you can please track who all are replying so that we come to know who all are sleepy in the session and who all are charged up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what are different options that are available in the market? So we'll see. We'll have this session for another 15-20 minutes, and then we'll open the floor for question and answers. So I want maximum participation so that you guys can understand it better. Tomorrow you will go out for your job placements, so on and so forth. So I'm sure that point in time you must be confident about these terms when you are applying for jobs outside. So okay, what are the options that are available in the market for investing today? My simple question. Stock market, mutual funds, cryptocurrency, okay. Divya says stock market funds, bond debentures, fixed deposits, recurring deposits. Wonderful, wonderful. Umang says futures and options, SCSS. Yash says commodities. Vishaka says mutual funds, deposits, gold, property, shares. Shruti says mutual fund, property, FD, investing. Abhishek says stock market. Wonderful. Yeah. So basically, what you guys have said is absolutely correct. So there are few uh, that are available in the market. So one comes is the direct stocks, which is stocks. We invest in equity. Then comes the mutual fund piece. Then comes the bond debentures, the perpetual bonds, so on and so forth. Then comes the real estate. Then comes the real estate investment funds in trust funds. You have infrastructure funds. Then you have gold. You have silver. Lord, all of you mentioned the right answer, which is phenomenal. I think real estate investments, say properties, real estate will come in the properties itself. So wonderful. So now what we'll do is we'll cover, one by one on what these terms means and uh, what are the benefits, how the money grows, and so on and so forth. Okay, so first that we'll start off is with the stock. Okay, so what is a stock? Stock simple means that you buy any share of a company, a piece of a company. So if you buy one stock, say of HD or Hindustan Unilever, you buy Britannia, any share that you buy of a company is known as a stock, which is holded in your demat account, okay, in your name. Is nothing but simple a stock. It is also known as a direct equity. The another term which is used for stock is direct equity because you'll come across clients who say, okay, I hold direct equity. So what do you mean by direct equity again? Means that it's a stock that the clients hold of various companies, can be multiple companies, quantity of stocks, value. So how does this demat account, it gets traded in the market, and whenever you want to sell, you can sell it off either in profit or loss. Ideally, nobody sells it in loss in case of unforeseen event or uncertainty happening in their life in terms of business or life. But they keep on investing in the shares. This is how the money grows, and it's been traded in the market every day. Then we'll come across second part is the mutual fund piece. Okay, mutual fund basically, what is the meaning of mutual fund first? Anybody who can answer what is a mutual गूगल में से देख के नहीं लिखना है. I just want a normal answer. What is mean by mutual fund? So everybody will start googling and then somebody will type an answer. Oh, this is what is the meaning of mutual fund. So I want to understand what is a mutual fund. Rishikant Soni says investment on company, not really. SIP is a part of mutual fund that I'll probably cover right now. Saurav says pool of several funds. Okay, good try. Darshan Goel says long term fund. No, not really. Program funded by shareholders. No, money collected from us and then investment used in stock market. Shubham, to a point, to an extent, you are correct. Umang says they accept money from people who wants to invest and they invest it for them. To an extent, correct. Yes. Shikha Desai says investment for future health. No, not really. That doesn't define mutual fund, but good try. Investment of money in the securities. Okay. Investment in funds will directly invest money in security. Not really. Fund you take part in. Okay, to an extent. A lump sum is invested for return. Rishikant Soni says. Not really. So, okay. So, investment, mutual fund basically means it's a pool of fund which is, collected from different investors from a asset management company and which is then invested in the market. So it's a pool of fund that is collected from different investors. So like we are 80 people around. Okay, so everybody will be investing 100 and that mutual fund company will be investing into these securities on behalf of us. Okay, so it's a pool of fund that is collected from various investors and then invested into a common security. Now, mutual fund basically consists of two things. One, you have equity mutual funds, and one, you have debt mutual fund. Equity mutual fund basically invests all the money into the equity related instruments, which comes direct stocks majorly. And depending on the market situation or the fund manager, at times they do have some exposure towards cash. So what cash means that they are having liquid money in hand. They have not really invested all money. So at times if you pull out any mutual fund statement of mutual fund company, it will say that 85-90% allocated in equity, 10% lying in cash or 2% lying in cash. So 2% lying in cash means they have not invested the 2% of the overall corpus of the fund. So that is still liquid with them, and they are waiting for an opportunity to again buy some stock. So equity mutual fund, basically there are multiple types. So one, we have a large cap equity mutual fund. So large cap equity mutual funds basically invest only in large cap stocks. Okay, so they invest in large cap high growth stocks. Then you have large and mid cap mutual funds. So this is a mixture of a large cap fund and a mid cap fund. So basically fund manager selects two categories of funds, two categories of stocks. One will be the large cap stocks and one will be the mid cap stocks. It will choose as per his choice, as per his analysis. Okay, then comes the flexi cap fund. I don't know whether you guys read papers, but right now, SEBI had come up with a guideline of a flexi cap fund. So flexi cap funds basically they invest in all categories of markets. So whether it is large cap, mid cap, small cap, in all the categories, the client will be having an exposure, or you as a client will be having an exposure. Then we have a mid cap mutual fund. So mid cap mutual towards the mid cap stocks. They don't have any exposure towards the large cap or or a small cap stock. They are purely a mid cap oriented companies which the fund manager will invest in. Then something we have known as a small cap stocks, small cap mutual fund. So where the fund manager invests in the small cap funds. Now there are plethora of mutual funds, that are available in the market. Now specifically how a matured investor or how a wealthy like us, what we look at, when we select any mutual funds for our clients. So what we look at, one, I'm sure you must guys have studied something known as standard deviation in your math that you have studied in your semester one or two. Okay, so there, what standard deviation means, we look at the standard deviation of the mutual fund. So what standard deviation actually consists of is higher the standard deviation, higher the volatility of the fund. So if the standard deviation is high, the fund is more volatile. Okay, then what we nothing but the risk. So when we select any mutual fund, we ensure that the beta of the fund is either one or less than one. Okay, so I have to see that I can maximize the return for my clients by taking the lower risk. Okay, lower the risk, higher the return is what we see. However, when it comes to mid and small cap funds, at times the beta of the fund is also higher than one. But if the fund is good, we do recommend or we do invest into the mid and the small cap category funds with a beta of more than one. Then what we look at is the 5-year CAGR returns, 3-year CAGR returns, 3 years rolling returns is what we look at to track the past performance of the fund. However, it is always rightly said that past is past. You never need to look at the past returns or something like that. That's true to an extent. But what need to more focus on is the 3-year rolling returns. So what 3-year rolling perspective, to put it in a portray in a simple term, is that 3-year rolling return gives a point-to-point comparison of the fund. So what it states that is that how consistently the fund has performed on all the market cycle, either month on month or year on year. So how stable the fund is. See, when the market grows, all your money will grow. But what if the market falls? What if the market falls? How stable the fund has been, how the fund has been performing even during the sluggish market conditions is what it talks all about a 3-year rolling return, the down captures of the fund. So what does up capture and down capture says is that supposedly if the fund has up capture of 85% but has a down capture of 75%, so should I go with this fund or not? So up capture, down capture simple means if the market is falling by 100 rupees, how much is my fund falling by? And if the market is recovering by 100 rupees, how much is my fund recovering by? So if the market is recovering by 100 rupees and if my fund is not recovering by more than 100 rupees, then I think the risk reward ratio is not in alignment to what I want. I not be rewarded with that much of a return. So these are basic few parameters that we look at, which you guys must have studied. You also must have known about alpha. Alpha is basically how much excess return the market has generated, peer to its indexes. So supposingly if the large cap index has performed 12%, okay, but how much is the mutual fund in the large cap category has performed against the index of that 12%? If it is overperforming, it makes sense for me to invest in it as well. I'll invest in Nifty. Correct. So these are basic parameters that we cater to when we look at any mutual fund. So mutual fund equity, we have large cap funds, we have large and mid cap funds, we have flexi cap funds, we have mid cap funds, and we have small cap funds. And then we have index funds, ETF funds, those are passively managed funds. Okay. So these are basically a variety into the equity mutual funds. Now we'll come to the debt mutual funds. So debt mutual fund basically invest government bonds, debentures, money market instruments, and so on so forth. So now here you have different categories, starting from a liquid fund, then you have overnight fund. So overnight fund basically you put money today, you remove money tomorrow. So when the company has surplus cash of 250 crores, 300 crores, they park money in the overnight funds. Okay, where they pull out money within a day, where they gain money of close to around 5 bips or 10 bips. Okay. Then comes the liquid funds. Liquid funds basically are kept for a very short tenure. The company has a requirement, or any individual has a requirement to put to invest for 2 months, 3 months, or something like that. That's where they invest in liquid funds. Then comes the short-term funds and ultra short-term funds. So these are basically from 3 months to 3 years. Okay, so if somebody has a time horizon for 3 years but doesn't want to take risk and wants to be safe, they can invest in ultra short-term funds. Then another category is banking and PSU funds in debt category. So these funds basically invest only in banking, PSU banks, and only into government bonds. Okay, they don't invest into the private owned bonds or the corporate bonds. The exposure toward corporate bonds would be there, and it would be only be selective to AAA rated or AAA rated papers. The year you then comes the last category is the corporate bond fund. So in corporate bond funds, basically the company, mutual fund company invests into the corporate papers like ICICI Bank, Bank, and so on. So all private papers, listed private papers. It depends on company to company whether they are investing into a triple A rated paper, double A rated paper, A rated, B plus, double B plus, and so on and so forth. Okay, these bonds basically carry a YTM, which is yield to maturity. So anybody can tell me what is yield to maturity? Anyone who can just try. What is yield to maturity? Where at times when we look at mutual fund, it says that YTM is 4.5%. So what do you mean by that YTM? Anyone who wants to give a try? Anyone? Nobody? Nobody knows what is YTM, yield to maturity. So basically, yield to maturity in simple terms means that the returns that I'm generating over a period of my investment horizon till the time I take my principal back or the company repays my principal. So the kind of interest that I've generated from those bonds over a period of time is simple. It means okay. So basically in debt you have these category of funds. I'll repeat once again. We have liquid funds, we have overnight bond, overnight funds, we have ultra short term, PS banking, PSU funds, corporate bond funds, and so on and so forth. Now will come. I'm not taking into the tax structure right now because we have limited time, followed by a Q&A. Okay. Then we'll move to bonds and debentures. So what do you mean by bonds and debentures? Anybody who wants to answer, what do you mean by bonds and debentures? What is the NCD? What is non-convertible debenture? Why companies come up with NCDs? I think I have somebody who's answered. They are borrowed capital. Okay, good. Okay, okay. Yeah, somebody has raised the hand. I mean, debenture is a public borrowing for funds. Okay, bond. is an instrument. Jainil Shah. Okay. Debt debenture are issued by company and bond by government. Perfect. Yeah, it's a kind of it's a fixed number. What is a bond? Okay, so somebody has answered. Okay, so basically these are bond or debenture. Basically, it's the money raised by the company where they offer a fixed coupon interest to the client for a specific period of time. Okay, so basically, you must have come across a lot of Government of India bonds, Hudco bonds, so on and so forth. So basically, these are bonds which offer you fixed YPM, which offer you fixed interest that comes year on year into your account. Great. So now another option is real estate. Real estate, basically we invest in real estate properties, or we invest in real estate investment trust, which is REITs, real estate investment trust fund. So what is real estate investment trust fund? Is basically they invest your money into the income producing companies, real estate companies, and not all the companies. Okay, so basically they invest yourself can invest into the real estate properties, or you can invest through REIT. Is basically what is the meaning of real estate investing. So you can invest in properties. So properties may include your commercial properties, your residential properties, even lands. If you have an exposure to lands in Mumbai or outside Mumbai, in outskirts or in village. So basically, those are real estate investments. Then comes the infrastructure investment fund. Anybody knows what investment fund trust? इनवीट्स बोलते हैं उसको. What do you mean by that? जैसे रीट्स होता है रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट, वैसे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट होता है. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दैट? एनीबडी? Chat window, I'm just waiting for somebody to answer if somebody knows. Vishaka Gowda says one time investment on assets. No, not really, but not really. Yes, somebody. Okay, so basically, infrastructure investment funds, they invest in infrastructure projects like highways. Okay, so somebody's answered. Shruti has answered investment in infrastructure projects like for highways, roads, pipelines, so on and so forth. Absolutely correct. Okay, they invest in infrastructure. Okay, who is this in? Roshni Singh, real infra assets like roads, transmission lines. So Roshni has very beautifully absolutely perfectly captured from Google. एकदम word to word लिखा है उसके बारे में. But thank you for taking that time out, Roshni, that you have actually Googled it and taken that pain to know what is in wheat. Okay, investments into infrastructure projects, Aditi Kapoor says. True. So basically, they invest into the infrastructures like roads, road transmission projects, and so on and so forth. Then comes the commodity. What do you mean by commodity? Can anybody answer? What does commodity uh, cover? Goods? No, not really. Max Sharma, Vibhuti Vadekar, Palak Vishwakarma say goods. No, what do you mean? Products? No, Shruti, products. What do you mean by commodity? What do you mean by commodities? Any substance which are helpful for economic boost, dealing into raw products. Janil says things or assets. No. Yes, we have got a right answer from Aman. He said silver, gold, crude oil, zinc. Absolutely correct. So commodities basically is trading into gold, silver, crude oil, and so on so forth. The right answer like copper, gold, silver. True. Okay, so yes, sorry. So basically, this is another option where people trade in gold. So you must have heard about people either buying physical gold or people buy gold bonds. which comes up with RBI, which with RBI comes up every 3 months. Okay, they come up with one rate, and you can, invest into the gold bond where minimum is 1 gram and maximum is 20 kgs of gold that you can invest. Okay, so this is one type of another investment they have in their kitty. And the last option is one option that, I think everybody missed out is currency. People do invest in currency, okay, like USINR. So this basically, ideally not people hold it for a long term, but basically they trade into this, okay, and make money in short term time. They trade in INR, USD. So currency is also a part of investing. Somebody also mentioned earlier when I started asking, not that is very prominent or very robust in Indian markets. Yes, people do have invested, but the ratio is very small. We don't have much of a clarity. Max says Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin is a part of investing in India, but we, as per RBI guidelines, we don't have any clarity as of now on the buy side or on the taxation front. We are yet to receive that, but yes, that's the part of investing or an investment bouquet that investor has. Okay, so I think this is fair and clear on what are the investment avenues. One last thing that we missed out, which Mahak mentioned when she was taking through what are the avenues which are available, is the insurance piece. So insurance is one of the most important piece for investments, which ideally people in India are not much aware of. There are two basically reasons behind it. One, it has been missold badly to the citizens of India. So that's the reason when you talk about insurance, people do not hear you, and they just, insurance is one of the most important part of piece that every individual needs to have in their kitty. And the penetration, insurance penetration in India is very less. It's close to not even 10%, whereas overseas people actually get in queue to actually buy insurance. So insurance is one of the other important asset class which you need to have into your kitty. So insurance, basically you have many options. One that you have is your traditional plans. So traditional plans basically offer you a guarantee return and a tax-free return. Okay, so in insurance you have two categories of three categories of plan. Let me put it in that way. One is your retirement plan, which comes your annuity plans, which are taxable. Then comes your traditional plans. Traditional plans are endowment plans and regular income plans. So under traditional plans, so these plans basically offer you a tax-free and guaranteed return. You pay this much, I get this much, is what traditional plans offer you. Under traditional plans, you have two variants. One is the participating plan. Participating plan, basically you get a bonus from the company in case the company makes the profit over and above your fixed and guaranteed return. In non-participating plan, you are not entitled to any bonus. You pay this much, you get this much. Then another part comes. The last part is the ULIPs. So ULIPs basically are market-linked investments where you pay money, and the fund manager invests into the market on your behalf. So the beauty is that you can put money into any permutation into equity. You can allocate 50 rupees into it tomorrow. If the markets are too high, you can move out from equity and enter into the red. So in any permutation combination, you can invest into the ULIPs and diversify your money. Annuity plans are basically the retirement plans, which are again guaranteed but are taxable. You pay this much, we will give you this much throughout your life till the time you are alive, and once you, in case of death, the money is being given back to the nominee or the legal heirs, however it is. So this is mota moti. I think I've covered everything on the avenues that are there today available in the market. And I don't think I've missed out anything. So this is all from my side. If you guys have any questions on what we discussed right now, I'm happy to answer that. And if you have any questions even on taxation part, I can surely answer. But I purposely did not take that in detail because that will ideally stretch a lot of time, and we have to move forward. So if you guys have any questions, time constraint for already at 9:50. We can open the questions for another 5-7 minutes. If you have any questions, then I'm happy to answer. Yes, if you have any questions, please put it on chat windows. For next 5-7 minutes, I'll answer the maximum questions that I can, and then we shall wind up the session. Ruchi ma'am, if anybody has a question, the floor is open for them. I'm happy to answer any question if the student has.
Okay, yeah, Rachit. Students, if you have a query, you can unmute yourself or you can post it on in the chat box.
Which are so we have a question from Rushit More. Which are the safest places to invest money? Yes, the safest places basically that you can look at is fixed deposits. Those are the safest option which offer you tax-free guarantee. No, sorry, that offer you guaranteed returns. The one option is that. The another option is insurance, where you pay for a certain period and you get money for certain period, which is the safest and which is guaranteed. So fixed deposits are one option, and insurance is one option. Want to start a stock market, to start investing into the stock market. Okay, so you can approach any banks. If you want to open a demat account, they'll be happy to help you out for opening a demat account. You can step in into any bank and they'll help you to open a demat account. What you need to carry is just your KYCs and a photograph. Yes, so we have the next question from Shruti. Is it always said that mutual funds are subject to market tricks? So what are the benefits of mutual funds? So basically, this answer I'll try to answer in short. So mutual funds are basically for those who are unable to, invest. So who don't have time to track their investments into the direct equity. So they take a mutual fund route where they leave it to the fund manager for them to make returns. It's you can in simple terms to answer it's for corpus building, for creation of wealth. Simple. There are no specific benefits. It's just that you don't have to monitor your investments like how you need to monitor in direct stock. I have to buy now, I have to sell now, I have to book my profits. No, so that is minimized here. That time is minimized here. That's on the discretionary of the fund manager. Shruti, I hope I have answered your question. Aditi Kapoor asks, any recommendation for insurance instrument offered by banks or things to check while choosing an instrument? So there are a lot of new insurance companies that are there, but if you ask me personally, I feel the best plans today offered in the insurance are from HDFC Life and Tata AIA. Okay, Tata AIA Life Insurance, HDFC Life Insurance. These are basically offered by banks only. So banks have tie-up with insurance companies. So if you move into HDFC, they have tie-up with HDFC Life. So they sell their what is your requirement as and how you can choose the insurance instrument. If you're looking at something tax-free guaranteed, you can look at traditional plans. If you're looking at something market-related, you can look at ULIP plans. But recommendation would be to look into something on a traditional plan which offer you fixed and guaranteed returns. The market-related investment, you can route it through your mutual fund fees. Ritesh Bhosle asks, how to trade in a Bitcoin, any app? Sorry, Ritesh, I don't have an answer to this because I myself not very much updated on the Bitcoin story because the story is still very blur in India. However, I think there are few apps you can just Google apps online and on the TV channels, but I don't know how safe they are, so I would refrain myself on commenting those apps right now. Shikha Desai asks how the IPO is passed for a company to enter into the stock market. Okay, so basically, it's a very vast question, but I'll try to answer it in a short way. So company has to be in existence for a specific period of years. The company needs to be profitable. Then looking at the company for an IPO with the RBI and in tune of RBI and SEBI, they file a red herring prospectus. Then they look the SEBI and the RBI both check about the company's statuses, how they've been performing, how much they want to raise money. They look at the valuations, whether if they want to raise 1,000 crores, is the company worth raising 1,000 crores, will be able to pay back to investors. There are multiple things, uh, the SEBI looks into, and then they probably give a nod for the company. Answered your question in brief due to short time. How to invest in short stock market is what Aditya says, share market. So you need to simply open a demat account with any banks that you or your dad has, and you can start investing into the stock market. The documents that you require is your KYCs and a photograph. I hope I've answered the questions.
Uh,
Yeah,
so,
we have we have two queries from Jainil Shah and Siddharth Singh. Siddharth,
Okay.
I have given you the option of unmute. You can unmute yourself and answer questions.
so good morning, sir. So, Bitcoin में complete loss नहीं होता, हाँ?
सी लॉस होता भी है और प्रॉफिट भी उतना ही होता है. However, I am not very much updated with Bitcoin, to be very frank, because the fund are clear in terms of how people go about it in terms of buying and selling. There are a lot of ads which have been coming in. You can try those app. I have not tried, so I don't think it's right to comment on this open forum on whether you need to invest through this app or not. But I'm not very much keen and not I'm very much updated on the Bitcoin space. Hence, I would refrain myself, on commenting on the Bitcoin piece. Somebody, Siddharth Madan asked, IRCT will fall more after split like SRF and FL. See, IRCTC, it's not about falling once come in IRCTC. The stock price will get divided into 1:5 ratio. From there, it depends completely on the market, how they are behaving. Uh, if you ask me personally, I think the stock is more or less stable. It has boom up very fast. So I think one correction in stock was required. But I feel if you are holding the stock for a long term, it's good to go because it's a monopoly driven stock. Okay. Which is as good as IRCTC. You open any app like Exigo or you Ease My Trip or anything, for booking your train tickets, it will redirect you to IRCTC. So it's a monopoly driven company, quasi monopolistic company. So I think for long term, it's good. For short term, I would not like to comment anything. Aditi says, "So it's been a wonderful, very informative session with clear explanation. Thank you, Aditi." Aman is asking, there is a profit booking in IRCTC. Yes, the profit bookings do happen in IRCTC, but we are not, exposed to primary market information or insider information. Hence, we cannot comment. Grushwit More says, can we invest with minimum money like 1,000 rupees? Yes, you can invest with 1,000 rupees into a share or a mutual fund. Yes, you can invest. Yes, we have any question? Last 2 minutes and then we'll wind up the call.
So my question is going to chat box में.
Sorry,
I will
what's your good name?
join.
स्टॉक में लॉस होता है, प्रॉफिट में क्या करने तो और कैसे? प्रॉफिट में क्या कर आई मीन प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ अ गेम. Okay, so it depends whether you want to reinvest that profit into some other stock or you want to enjoy those profits. It depends on you. How do you want to take it? I mean, profit, basically, if you ask me, At times, if I need money, I book my profits and I get into something that I want to. Okay, profit is significant. I'll book my profits and reinvest somewhere else. So it depends.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we have a question from Shikha Desai. Can you name the top companies for investing or are a good rest? Sorry, Shikha, I'm exposed to some information. I cannot disclose certain things to you on the open forum. I'm so sorry for that. But I think you guys are studying management accounting, where one chapter is very important, and this is basically important for all. रेशियो एनालिसिस टेक इट वेरी लाइटली वो प्रॉफिट रेक्टिफाई करके हम एग्जाम में मार्क्स लेके आते हैं study this chapter very nicely. This will eventually help you to analyze the company's balance sheet and P&L. So my urge is to everybody over here, whoever are in the session, please ensure that you study this chapter and take this chapter very seriously. This will really help you in terms of analyzing the P&L and balance sheet of the company. Siddharth Madan asked, should we book profit in Trident? Sorry, Siddharth, I cannot comment anything on the stock specific. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm so sorry. Yes, last question. Anybody if wants to ask? Ma'am, I think we are done. Anything from your end, happy to take.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rachit. No, I think we are done, and lots of queries you have tackled very beautifully. I mean, people really wanted to have that inside information from you, but it was very intelligent from your end. That was commendable. So, what I can say, Rachit, thank you for saying a yes to available out of the busy schedule that you have, and I know that very nicely. I just gave you a call and in a minute you said yes for this particular guest lecture. So actually you are a last moment savior for us, so thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Anytime, most welcome.
Yeah, and
I'm always informed. I'm always in for Thakur College because that's the place where I'm here right now, and it was a fantastic journey to be under people like you. Whether it's you, Nirav sir, Nishikant sir, there are a lot of professors. Actually, I'm really missing those moments right now. But ठीक है, you have to live with it.
okay. I would like to say one thing about Rachit to my students who are there here right now for this session. I have taught him, and he was a hilarious guy, a hilarious student, you can say. But he was very focused. उसको ये पता था कि लाइफ में उसको चाहिए क्या. So what I feel, students, here you have to learn from or take away home from Rachit is that he enjoyed his life, but he was focused. He knew उसे क्या चाहिए और उसे क्या करना है. He was very crystal clear about it. And Mehak read out his CV. I guess उससे आप लोगों को एक अंदाजा मिल गया होगा कि लाइफ में फोकस कितना जरूरी है. A clarity that what you want and how you should get that is also very important, and which Rachit has done it very beautifully. You know, his CV speaks everything about him, and he could have because of time restriction he really spoke in advance also, ma'am. सब कुछ cover नहीं हो पाएगा, but beautifully he has covered all the important aspects which is required. And a very big thank you to all the students also, because even though some of you were googling it and giving the answers, but yes, you all took that extra initiative to Google it out, that urge to know the answer or to give that answer to Rachit sir. That is also commendable. And all our F5 students, Rachit, all were first year students. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
All the best to all of them.
Yes. So फर्स्ट ईयर में अगर आपका वो अर्ज है कुछ सीखने का या सर को क्वेश्चन पूछने का, that's really commendable. Okay. So, yeah,
so one thing that I would really, that you mentioned about clarity and focus. One thing, since FI students are here and they still have long time to go into this professional course, I would urge not only FI but everybody over here is don't get influenced by your boyfriends, girlfriends, or your friends. what they are doing in their career. Just try to do a SWOT analysis of yourself. SWOT analysis means basically what is the strength, weakness, and looking at the strength and weakness. What are the opportunities and threats that you have, in your career, and do something that you are good at. Understand one thing: the course will not add value to your career. You will add value to your course and career. So if you're saying that you'll do CFA and I'll start earning in $1 billion and all, no, that's not how going to work. It's going to work. Do something that you're good at. Any dream is not big or small. Dream is dream. Whether you want to be a guitarist, whether you want to be a footballer, whether you want to be a CEO, that's all on you. Don't get influenced by anybody around. If the person says ये course का value, it's not like that. The course doesn't add value to you. You add value to that course. Understand one thing very, very, very nicely. I'll be very blunt and straightforward in saying this because I've come across a lot of my friends during my. So I'll just take 2 minutes, Suchi ma'am, more. So when I was in my third year TY back, before I could get my final results of my TY, my admission was already secured in MBA. Okay, and at that point in time, I had a lot of people who were saying कि तू MBA क्या करता है 30% लोग को खाली नौकरी मिलता है तू CFA कर ये कर वो कर MBA का कुछ अभी वैल्यू नहीं है but I was very clear with what I was good at what I loved doing I'm a very extrovert fellow I can't stick my ass at one place and sit for long I need to roam around I like meeting people whether it is whether it's a holiday whether it's knowledge anything so I can't sit at one place and work. My brother is a CFA. He's 4 years younger to me. Okay, but he's of a different thought. So he's something that he's good at. I did something that I am good at. I was among those top 100 students out of the batch of 450 who got placed even before 3 months of my final exam. So my final exam, I was yet to appear, and I got placed in the month of December for my executive placements in my MBA. So it's all about knowing what you are good at. Don't get influenced. Do try and analyze what you can do, how good you are in that specific thing, and how focused can you be. So tomorrow, if I have to tell you that get up at 3 o'clock and do something that you're passionate about, you'll not even think twice. But if I ask you to do something that you're not good at, you'll actually think twice, or you'll give reasons of not doing that. Okay, so do something that you're good at, be focused, enjoy your life. That's what I'll always say. Don't miss out on enjoying bunk lectures if you want, but always ensure that you ensure your minimum attendance that you have to cater to. Don't let your parents come into a position where they have to meet teachers and they have to embarrass themselves or they have to embarrass you. Okay, always ensure that you put your attendance in place and then enjoy your life. I think we used to enjoy life, we used to bunk our lectures, no doubt about it, but we used to always never faced any issue with our hall tickets. Our parents had never come to college, to face our teachers and have those embarrassing moments where teacher will come and complain. We are not of that age. We are not a school going people now that, it looks good. Always ensure that things are in your place. These 3 years of your career and next 2 years of your career will decide next 40 years of your life. So I would say get focused, get serious, but side by side enjoy life as well. That's all from my end.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.